Hi guys, my name is Kenyon Mosley. I'm the Business Development Manager at Rincon Property Management. Today I want to talk to you about the pros and cons of house hacking or traditional accessory dwelling units, as most people know ADUs. So first, let's focus on house hacking. House hacking is like a new process. Most people think about it traditionally as a duplex. You live in one unit, you rent out the other. Rincon's actually going above, where we rent out the individual rooms, whether the owner lives in the property or not. This is another streamlined way of maximizing your rental or your revenue without having to sacrifice or pay for additional properties right away. The first and foremost pro is income generation. Most people, they live in the property, whether you had 1, 2, 3 bedrooms to rent out. That is extra people in the property to help you cover your note if you have one, if not even help you cash flow. So that extra money that you could be putting into your rent, now you can put that away to eventually save up enough to buy and repeat the process. So this is a way to help people have that additional cash flow instead of focusing their time, money, and effort all into their own personal note. Also, what goes into that is lower living costs, of course, because if your rent was $3,000 but you rented out 2 rooms for, let's say for example, $1,200 each, that's $2,400 now coming into your way. So your portion, instead of being $3,000, is only $600. So now you have an extra $2,400 a month to invest that into other categories, or even use that to fix up the house for when you do move out. Nice part is when you live in it or just have one property, managing that property is significantly less time consuming if you had multiple properties to deal with multiple type of people. Now let's go to the other side of that. Let's focus on the cons. The first con foremost is living space. You don't really have privacy. So when we focus about privacy, you live with people, you go back to that system of having roommates, people not living the same style that you do, whether it's cleanliness, anything like that. So that's a sacrifice you're willing to make to generate that extra revenue. Tenant challenges, again, people have their own realistic styles of living, and that may be different from your values and beliefs, so that can be a challenge, especially if you live in the property. Scalability, for house hacking specifically, you only have X amount of rooms, whether if you had a bonus room, a loft, anything where you can basically build an extra bedroom, you're kind of limited by zoning and the square footage of the home, as compared to an ADU where you can essentially take a detached structure or open land and build another unit itself on that. So kind of limited by the space and how big you can go with it. And then the property value, lastly, the property value. So with this process, no matter how much you house hack, even if you were to convert it to another bedroom, the value of the home can only go up so exponentially compared to an ADU. When you build another unit on the home, that also can be assessed now into the property's value. So now I want to jump over to ADUs, accessory dwelling units. This is where you expand your property value by building additional units on the property or the land going along with the property. One of the first pros is rental income. So if you had a main house and you rent out an additional, what we see in Ventura County popular is detached garages, traditionally 400 to 600 square feet. You put in a full kitchenette, separate walkway access, anything like that. I would say roughly anywhere from 1,700 to 2,000, just generally with new appliances, everything like washer and dryer, kitchenette, everything in there. That can be an extra, let's make it easy, extra $2,000 in your pockets per month, so an extra $24,000 for the whole year, because 2,000 times 12 months, 24,000. The second pro about this is the property value is able to be increased by this process. So if somebody were looking to invest, your home becomes more attractive because now you have an extra unit, so people can see that as an additional cash flow generating source right there. Or if they wanted to have a guest house, anything like that, do the Airbnb midterm, short term, this would be highly sought after compared to just a regular standalone single family home. Now let's talk about the cons of accessory dwelling units. So number one, the cost. Construction costs significantly higher. One, if you had to convert a office space into a bedroom or build an accessory dwelling unit, the cost is astronomically higher. So you could be looking at $100,000, $200,000 based on if the structure's already there, if you have to build from the ground up. It can be very costly, time consuming. You have to deal with permits. It's a lot of time and money and effort that goes into it to see that long-term result. For the accessory dwelling unit, it's more likely you would want to have a property manager because it's an entire unit itself, because you have to deal with utilities, billing, sorts of things like that. So you would kind of want to take a step back and have a property manager come in, and compared to if you lived in the unit and just rented out a room. That can be like the other side people can see. Rental income, now the median rent for an ADU is around $1,393, so just shy of $1,400. But things, again, I want to repeat, is kitchenette, full kitchenette, washer and dryer, separate entrance. You want to make it as much as you can like an apartment itself, so somebody doesn't have to go do laundry, doesn't have to go out and shop for their own food, or go like not have a place to cook it. If it's like in a little apartment, that's the way that you can maximize that rental revenue. In conclusion, both strategies offer different perspectives on how you can increase the revenue that you get for their rental income, or just overall increase your property value. If you were to look at it, house hacking is like the immediate short term, maximize that rental revenue. ADUs are like the long term. If you're looking at the long term goal on how it can increase the property's value also with the rent, that would be a great option as well. Overall, I think your individual decision is based on the market conditions, your risk tolerance, and just overall plan for the home. You know, if you're looking at a short-term plan, obviously house hacking is going to benefit you. But if you're looking to hang on to the property for a long time, want that appreciation, want that equity, ADUs might be the better option for yourself. Thank you so much for watching this video. If anybody has questions about both processes, you can easily reach out to me. My direct number is 805-340-5003, and my email is kenya@rinconmanagement.com. Thank you and have a good day.